It was. It was a challenge for the state police. It was challenging for large, mid-sized, and smaller agencies. One of the consoling things, if you will, when I go around and deal with my peers across the country is we were all kind of dealing with the same problem. So it was kind of reassuring to know it wasn't just you, it wasn't just your agency. But I think the approach that I found successful with recruiting is really trying to, on an individual level, target candidates. Whether it's in person, via social media, and demonstrate, to potential candidates, the value of a career in service, and showing people that, the culture that exists at the department is a positive culture, one where they can grow, one where they can be proud of the work that they do and be proud to be members of the community that they are. I think the challenge with recruiting is just developing that right targeted strategy, defining who your target group is. And I'm really looking forward to working with the staff here and taking a very aggressive, proactive approach to recruiting. One of the things I always like to say is, some car companies, Tesla doesn't, advertise their vehicles, but they sell it because the reputation sells it. And that's the approach I'd like to take with the Council Bluffs Police Department, that the culture here and the reputation sells it. Yeah. And we get out and we attract and retain qualified individuals who want to work here. Yeah, law enforcement plays a real significant role in responses to homelessness. When people pick up the phone 24 hours a day, 7 days a week and call the government, it's usually the police that respond. We're open 24/7. So I think it's real important for law enforcement to develop the right policy perspective in dealing with homeless populations, and to ensure that the officers are aware of all of the services that are available in the region. And I think it's really a team approach that is the right way to address these issues, because there's a variety of issues impacting individuals experiencing homelessness, from eviction scenarios to mental health scenarios to substance abuse scenarios. And when law enforcement has very Productive and good partnership with the social service providers, we can make good referrals, we can develop good collaborative strategies. So that's what I think is the approach that I see starting here, and that I'd like to nurture and maintain, is that law enforcement develops those good relationships with social service providers, so we can make good handoffs and we can have good communications. And for individuals where a service referral could be the pathway out of homelessness, that we try to maximize the time when we can have positive outcomes there. So that comes with communication, training, coordination. I had the opportunity in Illinois to work on these issues at a statewide level and develop some best practices and policies with our social service providers, and I look forward to doing the same thing here in Council Bluffs. Usually it's not a magic, silver bullet, magic solutions, but if you develop the right philosophy, if you prioritize housing first and, treating our most vulnerable, citizens with care and respect, we can hope to get positive outcomes where we can. One of the other big priorities that I'm doing right out of the gate is just a very formal engagement plan. Getting out and meeting with community leaders, like you mentioned, what we did the night before, but also just being visible and introducing yourself and speaking to people. What I found is the best way to do community engagement is to go to the community, not expect them to come to you, to be seen, to be visible, and to get your contact information or your cell number or email address in the phones of as many people as possible, so that you can be a partner when there's problems. They'll have a face, they'll have a name, and they'll have a place to go, to address issues. So that's kind of my strategy on community engagement. Start with leadership, start with organizations, but be accessible to as many people as possible, and encourage the entire department to take that philosophy that good law enforcement, good public safety is just, community engagement and communication at the core to build that trust and relationship with the community. So again, coming in as an outsider, that's one of my big to-dos, because it's the benefit and burden of that blank slate. So my goal is to fill up my cell phone with contacts, and to do the same, to get my contact information out in other people's so that I'm available at a touch of a button or at their fingertips.